we're going to go over how to create a Ninja form. So we're building this today with the add-on feature of layouts and styles, which we'll go over in another video. Most of my clients have layouts and styles, but if you don't, then your form will build just the same. You just won't have fields left to right next to each other. So hover over Ninja Forms on the left side of your WordPress dashboard, and then just choose Add New. The example that we're going to be using is a social media workshop hosted by Troico Live. And we're just going to get some information for people for when they register. So I always like to start with a blank form, although there are a couple of these forms that, have some of the stuff already laid out. So we're going to start with first name and last name, and I'm going to move these next to each other. And then email and phone number. So email, phone number, age could just be a number, and then maybe occupation. Doesn't look like our email went in. So here's email, phone number, and then our number needs to be here. So let's change this to age, and let's start at 1 and go to 199. Hopefully somebody is not that old. And then this is for our occupation, and then our email and phone number. We can just put in the display column here that this is optional. And then first name, last name, we want to make these two mandatory fields. And we also want to make email mandatory. So after that, we're going to go into how did you hear about this workshop? And we can either give them options, but I'm just going to leave it like open-ended and say, how did you hear about this? Oops. Looks good. And then what is your current level of experience with social media? So with this one, I figured we would do a radio list. And what we can do here is we can do in the container, just add a little bit of CSS. It's a 3-column list, and that'll make these go across. And we'll say, what is your level of experience with social media? And we misspelled experience and misspelled media. And we'll say beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Now, what you see on the right, the 1, 2, 3, that's going to be when they answer, that's going to be what you see. So if you wanted to put start, medium, stop, whatever, you could. And what are your main goals of this workshop? And we're going to ask them to check all that apply in this one. So for this one, we're going to do a checkbox list because that lets them pick up or put in more than one field at a time. And we're going to make this required. And then we're going to say learning how to create engaging content. We'll say creating content. And then increasing followers and engagement. Increase followers and engagement. Understanding social media algorithms. And using social media for, so we'll add some more here. Building a personal brand. or other. And here we'll say not specified. And then we want to know what all social media channels they have. And I think we need to put a other field here. And I'll show you what we're going to add conditional logic to that. In just a moment. And then we want to know what social media channels they have. So let's add a repeatable field set. And the repeatable field set is really handy, and I love it. I use it a lot. So we're going to say here, add channel. And back here, we're going to say, what other social media channels are you currently using? And here, we're just going to add some fields to this. And really, I only need to add this select button. And we'll ask them to add their handle on here. And we may even look and see like how many followers they have. So let's take this label out of there and just say down here the @ sign and then say username. And we'll make this a mandatory field. And then up here we'll say channel type. And I mean, we can say Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and whatever other ones we want. Like I would definitely add TikTok, YouTube, and we'll just go ahead here and say other, and then I can't type fast. Okay, so now we're gonna ask what specific topics they would like to cover. And in this, we'll leave like a larger box, enough for a paragraph, so that they can tell us what they would like to learn. And then, do they have any previous experience attending workshops related to social media? And if yes, please provide the details. So, here we're going to do this radio list. And we're going to say yes. Oops. And then let's get rid of that. And then we'll ask them to provide the details there. Now we can take this form and we can almost publish it. So a few things. We need the form title. So this is going to be our social media workshop. And we'll go ahead and publish it. It will add that submit button for us. And then we're just going to make sure that our admin email goes to the right place. And we're going to tell it to have this come from their email. And it should say social media workshop registration. And we can add like their name here, like their email, and that'll say who they are when they register. And that's what we get. And then we can also send them an email response if we'd like. But we're going to send them this message or let them see this message that say you're registered. We will email the details to, and We'll put their email again. And a couple things that I was going to do is in here where we asked, do you have previous experience? Um, we're going to ask them to tell us about that experience. And we're going to add just a little bit of conditional logic. So where it says, do you have any? If they have answered yes, then we're going to ask it to tell us about that experience. And if they don't answer yes, then on the tell us about it, we're going to say to hide that field. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you now how this form looks on a page. And this is our social media workshop, which is number 49. We're going to grab this short code. We'll go over to our pages and add new. And we'll call this workshop test. And let this publish. Start our page with Elementor. And I'm just going to take our short code and add it to our page for our Nender form. And that was workshop test. So we're going to go to troicolive.com/workshop test. And there you see our form. I have to actually log out of my website to be able to see this properly, which is very weird. And there it is.